Hello! Did you know, every year thousands of kids leave their homes and attend college for the first time? Now that's a fact! Totally supported by statistics. If you're one of those kids leaving your nest and venturing out into the real world for the first time, here are 5 things I want to tell you to reassure you about going to college. Now I just want to say I've been exactly where you are. Like, a year ago, I was getting ready to go and I was like, there's so much I don't know, I'm not ready! I've only spent the past 12 years of my life preparing for this and now I've made it in and I still don't know what I'm doing. Don't worry. Just calm down. Let me tell you, it is not as scary or as daunting or as bad as it seems. Like, trust me, I was freaking out. And you know what? It turned out really good. I had an amazing freshman year, and I really hope you will too, and I'm pretty sure you will, because most kids just end up loving it once they get there. It's the unknown that I would say is the scariest part, because you've never done this before and you really don't know what's gonna happen. So let me just break down some things for you, and hopefully that'll lessen the fear of college a little bit. Number 1, adulting. Let me just say, all these things like learning to do laundry or cooking, or, being responsible for so much stuff and being so independent. Look, once you get to college, you start to learn it naturally through diffusion. Just take it one step at a time. If you realize you need help with something, ask your RA, ask your roommate, and then they'll tell you what to do, and then next time you'll know. And it just happens as you go along. Like, you'll come across a challenge, and you'll just ask someone, then you'll know. I know you think you should know everything before you go to college, but trust me, you'll just learn it as you get there, and it's totally fine. And now I'm doing adult things. Number 2, textbooks. You are probably already looking at all your classes, looking at your list of textbooks, buying them or renting them somewhere. Stop. Don't do that. Oftentimes, your teacher will say, you need this in this textbook, and honestly, you read it once. And trust me, that's a waste of money. That's $80 out the door. If you're like me, you need to save money. So what I do is I wait a week or 2 and see if the teacher really does start to assign stuff from the textbook, and then if I see that on the syllabus that it really is consistent reading every week, then I'll get the textbook. But only if it's really necessary. Sometimes they just recommend it. You don't really need it, to be honest. If it's required and you see it every week, then get it. But what I'll do is sometimes I'll just borrow it from a friend because, hey, you're saving money. And sometimes you honestly just don't need the textbook. So wait 1 or 2 weeks and see if it's on the syllabus and see if it's being assigned. If not, don't buy it beforehand. Number 3, jobs. So before college, I only had one job where I worked at a health insurance agency online, and I took that with me when I went to college, so I had that one job, but I knew I needed more. So I ended up applying to 2 other places, on-campus jobs, and I got both of them. And I was like, should I take both? I was like, that's a lot, that's gonna be 3 jobs. Well, I took them both, and then after that, I realized I still wasn't making enough, so I ended up being a ukulele teacher as well, so that was 4 jobs at once at one point. And honestly, let me tell you, it was manageable. As long as you schedule efficiently and make sure you have enough time in your schedule, it works, trust me. I have friends who are like, oh, I'm not getting a job, I just don't have time, I can't fit in my schedule. Trust me, you can. If I can fit 4, you can fit 1. Just try it. You'd be surprised how much extra time you have in college where you can just fit in random hours. Especially on-campus jobs, they're very flexible and you can just put it in between your classes and it really works out well. And then you have extra money. Number 4, friendship. This part always made me really sad because I thought, I'm not gonna talk to my friends as much, I'm gonna have to make new friends. Let me just say, your new friends do not replace your old friends. All your best friends from high school, they'll still be your best friends. I mean, you don't just lose all that history when you go to college. And surprisingly, you adapt. So my best friends and I, we learned that yeah, we're not gonna have as much time to write to each other, but that doesn't mean we're not still friends. That was confusing. Essentially, we're still best friends. We just have to take the extra time to write to each other. We have to realize that we're busy, but you know what? When you have those opportunities to catch up, just do it. Call each other when you can. It takes a little more effort, but you're still best friends. And all your new friends, they're awesome too. Don't throw them away either. I mean, the people you meet your freshman year, you form this bond because you navigated through college, through the unknown together, and that's special. These people were the ones who helped you survive your first year. And so, I mean, maybe your sophomore year you won't be friends with them as much anymore, they were more to help you through freshman year, but at least you made new friends. And you can keep your old friends. Like, it's just two different worlds, but they're both yours, and you don't have to give up one for the other. Number 5, homesickness. This one's tough. It hits people in different ways. Some are really excited to leave home, and some are devastated because they love their family, or they love their house, or wherever they're from. So it's different for everyone. For me, I went to college 2 hours away, so it wasn't that far. It's like I knew I could go home if I really wanted to. But what ended up happening was I got so busy already in like the first couple weeks of college, like so busy that it like distracted me and totally took my mind off home. And so that's kind of a weird blessing, because trust me, when you get to college, it's gonna like, whoa, there's so much to do all at once. What with like welcome week activities and then learning all your new classes and stuff, you're not gonna think about home as much. And by the time you actually like sit down after like your first few weeks and think about it, you're like, hey, it's not that bad being away from home. And I mean, you can call your parents every day, it totally doesn't matter. Don't be ashamed to do that. And then once I got past that, you know, when I realized it's not that bad, I'm just so busy, I don't even have time to think about, you know, what I could be missing at home. Like, you get so busy that, you know, home is not as much on your mind, which is a good thing, because otherwise you'd be dwelling on the past and missing it. And then once you're here, I would say it's almost easier just to like power through it and stay at college all the way until break, unless you live really close. I ended up not having time to go home on the weekends because I was working, so then I didn't go home all the way until Christmas break. Then once I was back, I like didn't want to go back to college. I was like, wait, this is what I've been missing. I've been missing home. And so in order to avoid that, my weird recommendation is to just stay all the way until break. Because if you like go home in between, you might really start missing home more than you realize if you just stayed at college, and then you won't want to go back, which would be bad. So in my experience, just power through it and then go home and relax during break and soak it all up, then go back to college and do it again. Yeah. I mean, if you live really close by, then I guess just go home. Because why not? But yeah, so those are 5 things, and I'm sure there are a bunch more I could tell you. So if there's anything you specifically want to know, please tell me, and I can answer it in another video or in comments. There's a lot to know, but those are like 5 things I wish I'd known before going, and I hope this kind of reassures you, you know, yes, you can get a job, yes, you'll learn how to be an adult, yes, you can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. Congrats on going to college, and all the best for your freshman year.